Okay.
Okay. We have a very, very cool topic today. It's called CrossFit myths.
Yes.
There's a bunch of them out there. Some of them are fun, some of them are weird, some of them are interesting.
Interesting is a word for it, yeah.
Yes, good. And we're just gonna tackle them one by one, yeah? And if you out there listening, have other myths that you feel like they're funny or you want an answer to, send them over and maybe we can do another one.
I'm sure there's plenty for another episode.
Yeah. Cool. We're gonna do a serious one first. CrossFit is dangerous.
Yes, we've heard this one time and time again.
Yes.
CrossFit is a sport. And just like any sport, people can get injured doing it. People can get injured walking down the street also. There is no higher risk of injury in CrossFit than any other sport.
Yeah.
I think it's just more highly publicized because it's the newest sport.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it's so much a thing anymore. This is kind of an older one.
I agree.
I don't think people talk about this as much, but back in the day when it was a big thing, CrossFit was still new. People didn't understand what it was
and it
yet.
might have looked extreme.
Yes.
Because it has a great potential to expose human potential.
Yes. But I think, and I haven't done this studies myself, but I think if you did a study on something like professional football versus CrossFit injuries, they probably have way higher rate of injury than CrossFitters do.
They do. And by the way, staying on the couch is also dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah. So
causes chronic disease.
Yeah.
CrossFit fights that. So
yes, we're part of the solution.
CrossFit is not dangerous, to answer that question.
Good.
If done with proper form and technique.
With a coach at a CrossFit box, all of the above. Correct. Next one. CrossFitters aren't strong. Where's that coming from?
Bodybuilders.
Oh. Okay, let's talk about functional strong.
Yes. So we have what I like to call go muscles versus show muscles. But let me tell you a little story.
Oh, God.
Baby CrossFit Kristen got into CrossFit from bodybuilding. And I was not strong when I was bodybuilding. I was in a calorie deficit, which made me, I'll say now, super skinny and sickly looking. But I had no fat on my body so you could see my muscles.
Yeah.
But I was not strong. I was weak. I was nutrient deprived because you only eat a certain amount, so your body looks a certain way. You look strong, but you're not strong, which is why I moved over to CrossFit, because I saw the badass girls doing all the weights, and I was like, that's what I want.
And now you're the badass girl.
And now I'm lifting all the weights.
Good.
All of them.
If we're not talking about the extreme bodybuilders,
yes.
let's talk about the average bench press, biceps curl, back day.
Yes.
Chest day.
So those aren't functional strength movements. Having large biceps is like working your biceps all the time is cool, curls for the girls sort of thing. But functionality wise isn't so great.
Yeah.
In CrossFit, we train functional movements, which may not get our muscles as strong looking.
Yeah.
But it actually builds strength overall for the entire body, for functional movements, for lifting our grandkids and doing all kinds of stuff.
You know what? I would argue this not strong looking.
We are strong looking.
I think we definitely are in general, CrossFitters. You get a more athletic look and not so much but
the point is we what we do for functionality and performance versus looking a certain way. And strength is still built with what we do. Like, yes, we throw cardio in there and all this other kinds of stuff, gymnastics and whatever, but we're still strength building. I've seen tons of our members get stronger in so many different ways.
For just a quick example, if you can leg press 500 pounds, doesn't mean you have a 200 pound back squat.
True.
Not at all. True. Yeah. That's two very different things that at the first glimpse work the same muscles, but they're actually working one joint, one muscle, the leg press, and the back squat, the squat, works a combination of multiple joints and muscles.
Correct.
Good. Let's move on. CrossFit makes it's kind of connected to the first to the previous one. CrossFit makes women look like men.
I've heard this one myself before. I've been told I have too many muscles for a female, which is fine. I'm okay with that.
You look very female? Feminine, thank you.
Yes. So I think people have this misconception, and this is a whole deeper topic on like society and thoughts that society has of what a female should look like. But
which has changed over the years.
It has. It's gotten better. Yeah. But people still have that thought. It takes a long, dedicated amount of time to build big muscles. You can see muscle definition if you're cutting down body fat and stuff, but you're not growing muscles unless you're intentionally eating protein, like you change your diet, you're doing all the things right.
You're also always pushing the weights you're lifting.
Yes. That takes a long time to do. So I've heard this goes with this, like, I don't want to lift heavy weights because I don't want to get bulky. That doesn't happen overnight. Lifting a few weights for a month isn't going to make you bulky. It takes intentional work to get bulky.
Unfortunately, for the guys listening out there, it takes longer than a month.
Yes, for everyone listening. Yes. So for females, yes, you may show some muscle definition. I think that's a good thing, and everyone has their own aesthetic. That's fine. But it also, with all the lifting and the squatting that we do, it gives the body shapes and curves, which from prehistoric times is considered feminine, if I'm not mistaken. So
you can also consider it hot.
Some people do.
Some people do.
So, again, if you're doing CrossFit recreationally, like you come 5-6 days a week, that's your hour workout a day, and then you go for walks or runs or something and you live that kind of life, you're not going to get huge like a dude. That's just not, unless you're intentionally going for that, it just doesn't happen.
I can totally hear people recreationally 5-6 times a week. What?
Okay, 3 to 6 times a week recreationally.
Okay, good. I want to say our primary focus is the functionality and the health that comes with working out.
Yes.
Health aspect and all the aesthetics, they just follow.
I think they're a happy byproduct.
Yes.
I had it was probably my grandparents or something, because the older generations have a certain beauty look in their minds from back in the day. And they asked me, you don't want to get bigger, do you? Like more muscles? And I was like, well, I'm not trying to grow muscles. I'm doing CrossFit for the performance aspect of it. It's just a happy byproduct because I like my muscles. Again, that's not everybody's desire, and CrossFit definitely doesn't target making women look manly, because it takes a lot of effort to get that kind of physique. So that's totally not a thing.
Maybe it's just the to put the focus on your performance is a little more freeing in that regard.
Absolutely.
Other than the aesthetics and what people think,
especially as a female.
Yes. If you want to lift that 225 deadlift, go for it, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't care about starving yourself if you want to.
That's cool. That's a great goal, and it'll help your health and your life, everyday life. Don't worry about the rest.
Hashtag girl power.
Good. That's a good one. We're looking at a notebook here. You have to be fit or in shape already to start CrossFit.
This is something I've heard so many times from people coming into our 101 introduction course. And they said what took them so long to come is because they thought they needed to get in shape so that they could come to CrossFit. Which is just hilarious and mind-blowing to me, because that's like
we want to get you fit.
Yes, that's our job. That's what we're doing here, is getting in shape and getting fit. But also that's like saying, I need to be a NASCAR driver before I get my driver's license. What sense does that make?
I have another good one. It's I have to learn to ride the bike before I have to learn to ride the bike.
Yeah.
No, you just learn to ride the bike.
Period.
You get on the bike. Maybe you have the baby wheels. Yeah, that's fine. But you learn riding the bike by
learning to ride the bike. You don't have to do it before, because it's happening. Yes, you do not need to be fit or in shape to start CrossFit, because CrossFit is how you start getting in shape. Or it can be how you start.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, that's enough.
What about the myth that all boxes are the same?
So the way CrossFit headquarters designed CrossFit is specifically so that
the affiliates
is specifically so that no box would be the same. They literally don't govern anything that goes on in any box other than the requirements of having a level 1 to open a box or become an affiliate owner. And if you want to use the CrossFit name, you have to be affiliated. That's literally all they do. And other than that, each owner or manager, however the business is run, they're in charge of running the box however they want.
When they open up the door, what kind of classes they offer, how long the classes take,
their schedule, their pricing, their everything. Everything is their own.
Whether there's bathrooms and showers or just bathrooms, whether they sell drinks or not, or
kid room, no kid room, sauna. That'd be nice. I think if you do CrossFit at an affiliate, one of the best things you can do is travel and do drop-ins, because our community is so awesome. It's worldwide. That's one of the best parts about CrossFit, is seeing all how different the boxes are, and yet we are all working towards a common goal and have the common mentality. So you have friends everywhere you go, but every box is different.
True.
And it's meant to be that way.
That's a good thing. Sweet. Next one. CrossFitters do fake pull-ups.
I love this question, or this myth also, because this is something I also talk about in the 101. Because I ask everybody, what have you seen from CrossFit? And people are always like, those crazy wiggly worm pull-ups. And they call them fake or cheating pull-ups, whatever. So this is how I break it down. Strict pull-ups. We have strict pull-ups and we have kipping pull-ups. And if you don't know what kipping pull-ups are, it is a way to get your chin over the bar in a pull-up by utilizing your hip thrust towards the bar. It helps you.
It's a core to extremity movement.
Yes. So while it can look funny if people aren't really good at it yet, or even if they are, maybe it looks funny to you.
Depends on the viewer.
Yes. Strict pull-ups are, let's equate that to a 1 rep max deadlift. Your 1 rep max deadlift, let's say 300 pounds, is going to be super heavy. You can only do it once. It's meant to be a very controlled taxing movement on the body. That's our strict pull-ups. We can't do very many of in general. We can't do very many of them. It's a very controlled, tight, purposeful movement. Kipping pull-ups are like a 20 rep max deadlift. you have a very light weight that you can move quickly, not as much control. Well, there should always be control, but you know what I mean. You're moving faster, so you're not as like tight.
It's a more dynamic movement.
Yes. Methodic. It's not as, anyway. So you're moving faster and it's lightweight, and the lightweight allows you to move quickly and get more reps in. That's what kipping does for pull-ups. You're still working the same movement, you're still working the same muscles, but we're utilizing other parts of our body to allow us to get more reps in so that we can do higher volume pull-ups in a workout or quickly in a workout.
For those of you who are thinking, how do I have to drop weight to get to the lightweight option that Kristen is talking about? We're utilizing the hips to create momentum upwards, that she refers to as
it gives you it's like using bands, right? It takes some of your body weight off. So learning to use your hips and your body this way is like taking weight off your body, which allows you to do more reps and move faster.
It's like jumping up.
Yes. So they are not cheating pull-ups because you're still using the same muscle groups, you're still working the same muscle groups, you're just doing a higher volume, which some can argue gives you more work on those muscle groups than doing less reps.
True.
Yes, but it's different intent.
And by the way, we're built as core to extremity machines.
Mm-hmm. Everything starts from the midsection.
Yeah, our biggest muscles are in our core section, midsection. Cool. The last one. It's also a good one. CrossFit is a cult.
Not a myth. Just kidding.
True.
Absolutely true. I mean, I've heard this one, and there's been times in my head where I can see why people say that. Mm-hmm. Because we all know CrossFitters love to talk about CrossFit. Yeah. And we all gather in groups of other CrossFitters, but that's because we have similar mindsets, we have similar likes, interests, and I think that's true towards
at some point.
That's true for any group of people that share similar interests, right? It's not a cult. We don't have a secret leader. You know, we're not all going to drink Kool-Aid together at some specific date on a hill. I think it's just a group of like-minded people, and we do get a little overzealous with our excitement about fitness and stuff, which can turn some people off, but overall...
Yeah, and sometimes it's lifestyle changes, lifestyle choices that also lead to you trying to stick around with like-minded people. Mm-hmm. Like, what about your sleep? What about your nutrition? What about all those different things, which are, at a certain point, hard to do with non-CrossFitters. Yeah, it's like I said, the same if you're passionate about anything, you group with people who are passionate about the same thing. But I think it's funny when they call CrossFit a cult because they think everyone's been brainwashed, but it's just the same as any hobby anyone else has. Yeah. And it depends on the choices you make. Yeah. Whether you want to eat clean or not, whether you want to take care of your sleep rhythm or not, whatever. One myth that is true that we didn't write down, CrossFitters like to take their shirts off. Oh my God. And it's scientific, it makes you lighter. Yes. So you move faster. Yeah, and it also lets you cool down more so you can produce more heat, so you can produce more power output, which makes you faster in the workout, which makes you a better athlete. It's science. Boom. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you guys and hear you guys next time. Cheersies.